It is Simone Beavers again, and I am doing my video about my assignment, Module 5, Sex and Gender. Jumping straight into the topic, the first Section 1, explain why you think that gender gap in pay exists all over the world. So, according to our textbook Hensley in 1890, about 1 out of 5 women got paid to work. In 1940, 1 out of 4. In 1960, 1 out of 3. And in 2019, 1 of 2. In figure 11.5, 53% of U.S. workers are men and 47% are women. In 2021, the global gap states that 72% are men and 47% are women, which is a 25% difference in the global gap. So, in order to make more, I've heard my parents used to tell me, you need to get an education. In order for you to make it in this world, as a woman, you have to get your education. So looking back in figure 11.7 in our textbook, if you have a doctorate degree and you are a male, you're making anywhere at $142,758 per year, and a woman is making $102,843, which is a $39,915 difference if you have in high school education only. Gender gap exists because society don't look at women as equal. Society feels like the men are supposed to be doing the job and the women are supposed to be at home taking care of the children. But look at it this way: women stayed home to take care of the children until they wised up, and then they started wanting to work and wanting to not be at home with the children anymore. So when women started working, they started paying women less money because there were more jobs out there for the men to do. That's just my outlook on things. Moving forward, I'm going to jump into section 2. In my own words, describe why gender equality means to me, and how can you reduce it within your day-to-day life. Gender equality means to me gender discrimination. Basically, I'm a minority woman, and that alone is gender discrimination. In society, I'm supposed to be poor on welfare, with many children, probably without a husband, living in the projects or what they call housing development. I hear all the time how back in the day, maybe in the 70s, how in a black family, how a person was the first to go to college and to graduate. And some people feel like it's not for them. College is not for them. College was more for the men or Caucasian men. Well, times are changing. Looking at the charts, changes in college enrollment by sex in the 1980s, 52% women are enrolled into college, and climbing by 2020, 60% of women now attend college. Now let's look at the numbers of college students by sex and race. By 2017, 63% of women were African American, then men, which was 37% that were in college. So listening to the TED Talk, Why Gender Equality is Good for Everyone, I love the question that was asked: when you look into the mirror, what do you see? So I ask myself that same question. When I look into the mirror, what do I see? I now see a middle-aged black woman who came to this country with the freedom of being able to be who I wanted to be. I worked to get where I was at. I went to school and got my education. It may have taken me some time, but I've gotten there. However, I applied for this job within my work and for a supervisor position because my long-term goal was to be a hospital supervisor. Well, I currently work in this nursing home and I applied for a supervisor position and I was currently under a male supervisor. Well, I applied for that supervisor position twice and got declined twice. I now currently work under a female supervisor and never applied for the position. It was open because I didn't want to be rejected again. And she actually came to me and proposed the position to me, and I gladly accepted the position. So I would say that for me, that would have been a gender discrimination. Just also, just thinking back as I'm talking about this now, just the roles of women doing jobs that they feel men can't do. I currently go to the Walmart to get an oil change and saw that there was a woman in there changing oil. I think that was pretty awesome that, she's able to do a job what society may feel is for a male. Women as a gender have come a long way. So how might changes in Section 3, how might changes in gender roles and stereotypes affect our lives today, tomorrow, and in your lifetime? Explain why the future looks hopeful. As I was saying, women as a gender have come a long way to get where we are today. It's stereotypical to think that women should stay at home and care for their children and cook and clean while the men bring home the bacon, as they say. No longer is that true. Women are getting more education. They're putting their career first while still being able to take care of the home and the children. They're being able to bring something to that round table, meeting our men halfway. Women came from not being able to vote to now, as we see, we have a woman vice president of the United States. I welcome that change, and I applaud all women to keep going and keep fighting for what we have fought for such a long time ago. I'm looking forward to the future. I'm looking forward to seeing, maybe a woman president. Who knows? It always starts from home. It always starts with your parents telling you you can do it. You can be who you want to be and you can become who you want to become. But you do have to put forth the hard work and put forth the effort.